What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the trading world. Guys, there's a lot to cover today, but first, as you can tell, I am not in my usual place. I am back home in Washington. There is a family reunion going on, and I couldn't film the market recap yesterday. It was essentially out of my control. I did not have time, but today I'm going to be covering both yesterday, July 7th, as well as today, July 8th, in detail, covering all kinds of trades that you could have taken. But first, covering some news. Guys, TJR is black now. What is going on? And I mean, not just the fact that he's apparently trying to be black, but like, is he okay? Can someone please tell me, like, what is going on? Because he's literally going through his Kanye phase. His entire TikTok is full of videos like this. Like, every single video is just like, genuinely, like, what is going on? Is he okay?
I'm on day 8 of your boot camp. Okay.
Like, dude, someone, like, he's going to, I don't know, something, he's going crazy. He's turning into Kanye, basically. But, yeah, and also look at his new profile picture on TikTok. Someone let me know what is going on with TJR, because I think this is kind of funny. But, yeah, dude, can you imagine, like, the difference between him 2 years ago and him now? This is crazy. Anyway, let's continue on with the market recap. So, starting out with yesterday's price action. The important thing to know going into yesterday is that we had very, very nicely generated algorithmic lows all day yesterday. And this was the key. You had to know this for bias, and Dodgy talks about this. This is the reason that you had to be bearish going into yesterday, was because when you see the market build up this algorithmic trend line like this, you know the market's building up liquidity, it's building up stop losses, and it's going to go run down there. And so first, I want to actually go over that higher time frame model that ended up running down these lows. And I drew it out a couple times, but both times I realized actually I drew it out wrong, and the real model is what I'm about to show you. It's actually very simple. Overlapping bullish for value gap and bearish for value gap. That is a balanced price range, BPR. So I'm going to mark that out right here. And then we get SMT in this gap. So you can see the S&P makes a higher high and NASDAQ makes a lower high. So here we go. There's that SMT. S&P makes higher high. NASDAQ makes a lower high. And then we have a 15-minute change of state of delivery. So 4-hour BPR, 15-minute change of state of delivery. You can use either one. And you can see that the rest is history. We go expand to those lows. So if I measure this out, and if I actually measure this out correctly from the body to the wick, you can see we go perfectly to that 4th standard deviation. So check out how perfect the market is, guys. Right to the 4th standard deviation, right below this entire trend line of lows. This was a beautiful higher time frame trade from yesterday. And if you saw it in the Discord, I was obsessed with it. The other cool thing about this is you may know from my other videos that the market, the optimal entry for the day, will often be perfectly placed right above midnight. And you can see the market goes perfectly right above midnight into this 15-minute change of state of delivery. Check that out. So that was perfect. You can use either of these, by the way, for this model. And you can see that from here, the market expands aggressively to go run these low resistance lows, and we perfectly hit that 4th standard deviation. So very, very cool higher time frame model yesterday. Once again, all of these are algorithmically generated. We get SMT once we get this 15-minute change state of delivery, sweeping out these equal highs. The rest is history. And as well, I do have screenshots of this showing it in more detail. I'm going to pull those up right now. And yep, here it is. I guess I have a few different ones. This one's better. Hang on a second. Okay. So here you can see that trend line of lows, accumulation, manipulation with SMT, 15-minute change state of delivery. So the 4-hour key level is this BPR, and the aligned time frame is this 15-minute change state of delivery, and we expand down to go run these low resistance lows. So very, very cool higher time frame trade there. Now, as far as lower time frame trades go for yesterday, I didn't see a lot from yesterday, but there was something that happened overnight that everyone was talking about, and it was this one in Asia. It was this 5-minute IFG. A lot of people took this, and you could have taken this as an inverse value gap. I have this marked out as an inverse value gap here. So Monday, very nice accumulation, manipulation below this low, 5-minute inversion, break even, and then take profit at these equal highs here. And you can see we go run up to those equal highs. Once again, a lot of people took this. Even Dodgy's indicator caught this. You can see here is a video of my friend. Well, that's not the right video. Well, I had the video up, but I guess I don't anymore. It was a video of my friend Aji Trades taking that. And so, yeah, a lot of people took this one. You can see there's different people trading different models with the same idea. Here you can see this from Ash Trades, where we sweep that low, get that 5-minute change in state of delivery, or technically he uses it as a breaker. So a low, a high, a lower low, a higher high. Once that forms, you enter when it forms or on that retest, and then we aggressively expand up to those highs up here. So this low, high, lower low, higher high, this is the signature you're looking for with a breaker and a fair value gap. You can enter on that close or that retest, and then we go expand up towards those highs. So once again, you could have taken this as an inverse fair value gap when we close above this old fair value gap here and we pop below this low. That's one way you could take this. Or you could have taken this as a low, high, lower low, higher high, close above these up close candles, and then the rest is history. So yeah, once again, the breaker is from here to here, the low to the high, that's the breaker. And then the lower low confirms it as a breaker. And then when we break above it, that's when you enter. So, yeah, a lot of people took that. Then today, this one was even more people took it. Everyone took this one. Everyone. Their mom, their dog, their baby, their sister, their brother, their pet rabbit. Dude, literally every single person on the planet took this trade. Hydra saying it formed again, it will form tomorrow, it will form next week. Camel's taking it, Sotep's taking it. We got every single person taking this trade. Dodgy takes it he talks, yeah, everyone should be green today. Guys, I know you guys are gonna call me a donut for this, but I didn't take it. I didn't take it because I didn't like the RR, and you know what? I probably should have just taken it, because here's the thing. It's very, very light bulb. We sweep out this low, we close above, and I mean, yeah, this every single time this should at least hit here, so I could have gone break even at these highs, and it's a very low risk break even. Most of the time we're gonna, because obviously I can't really take profit at these highs because that's not really good RR, but I could have gone break even at these highs. And then I could have targeted this little consolidation here. And then that makes sense from an RR point of view. But I just didn't want to mess it up. I should have just taken it. Once again, if you were just targeting these low resistance highs, this wouldn't really make a ton of sense. But because we can go break even here and then target this consolidation, all of a sudden now we have a 1 or 1.5 hour trade. And that's a lot better than a regular trade, a regular 0.5 or 1 hour trade. So, great trade from all those people. And let's see. I want to talk about some other things. There was one hard part about today, which is a lot of people got caught offside, including me, when, let's see if I can find it. When we get this low, high, lower, low, higher, high, so you can see Ash Trades talks about this breaker forms. And it really does look like we're going to go expand to go run the, where was it? I'm just going to show you my trade that I took. So you can see here we have this 1 hour gap. We sweep out Asia with SMT. So I thought, okay, well, logically, we should probably go run up to those equal highs at the end of this consolidation. Unfortunately, we did not go do that, and it had good signature, right? We had this quick pop and then close, and, I actually do think this was a good loss. Very nice change state delivery. We retest it. You can see I got a sniper entry, and then I got stopped out. And I think this is just one of those trades where I do think this was one of my better trades, but also I had the wrong bias. If I zoom out on the hourly chart, you can see that on the hourly chart, we actually get a break of structure to the downside here. We break this low. So we break this low here. And if I had just done some higher time frame analysis, some pre-market analysis, I would have seen that we broke this low. And it's just like, it doesn't make as much sense to take a trade against a 1 hour break of structure, right? This is just very obviously hard to trade against. And yeah. I mean, I thought it was okay, but yeah, I'm just going to keep getting better, and one day at a time, guys, one day at a time. So, as well, there were a couple other things I wanted to note about today. Later on, we end up getting this model where we have that accumulation up above 15-minute BPR manipulation, and then 1 minute change state delivery. We go expand up towards those highs. We get a trade against the one that I took, where if you knew the bias was bearish, you can see we have this 15-minute gap here. So 15-minute gap, what aligns with the 15-minute? The 1 minute. So we're looking for a 1 minute change of state delivery off of this 15-minute gap. And I drop down to the lower time frame, and you can see right here that we get that 1 minute change of state delivery right here. And look at how perfectly we react off of that. Perfect reaction. And yeah, bearish change state delivery here. 15-minute gap. And so this is one of those situations where I was offside. If I had just had the bias right, whether it was because of that break of structure or maybe it was because of something else. But you can see we end up getting SMT here as well. We get SMT with this high. And this is a very, very nice trade all of a sudden, where we get SMT with this high, and we get this 1 minute change state delivery. We retest it with SMT. Here you can see we have a lower high and then a higher high on NASDAQ, and then 1 minute change state delivery we go ahead and retest that. Stop above the high. And then if I measure this out, standard deviations, you can see this one is the one I would use, or I would use the second one, but this third one lines up nice at the end of this sell side liquidity. So you could target that with a fair degree of confidence, and you can see that this would have been 3-to-1 targeting that sell side liquidity here off of this 15-minute fair value gap with 1 minute change of state delivery retest. So as well, this happens like going into the macro, so 10:50 to 11:10, right as the macro starts, we do get that move lower. And yeah, that was one way you could have taken this. Unfortunately, like I said, I was offside, but you know, we just keep getting better. We had this sweep and inversion, like I said, everyone took that. And yeah, this was really light bulb. Like, I am genuinely a donut for not taking this inversion here. And it kind of sucks because, you know, everyone else is banking but me. And I messed up, but I'm going to keep getting better. I'm going to keep tweaking things. And I should have taken this, even though in the moment, right, the RR kind of doesn't make sense. So we inverse this, right? In the moment, it's like, okay, well, here we go. We inverse this for value gap, stop loss at the low. If I targeted these low resistance highs, it's like, well, that's not even half an R. But we do have a nice consolidation up here. So you can go break even at these highs, and then you could target 1R or a 1.5R. And now all of a sudden this trade does make a lot more sense. So that's just something that I'm going to keep getting better at with time. It is what it is. Once again, we had this 1 minute change of state delivery, which sponsored the real move to go run these low resistance highs that I wanted earlier in the morning. And yeah, let's see if we have anything else to talk about. This was a nice trade from Amos. We have a sweep of this low, a break of this high, right? So this is like your 2022. At least I think this is a 2022. This is like your breaker overlapping with your fair value gap. So sweep, break, then you have this up close candle overlapped with a fair value gap and volume imbalance. And Amos just loves these 1-to-1s. This is a crazy stop loss, but you know what? Amos, he's banking off the 1-to-1s. So good for him. Awesome stuff. Love to see it. And yeah, guys, sorry I didn't have a market recap out yesterday. Like I said, I'm going to keep making these better for you guys and keep getting better at both speaking and trading and everything else in between, making the market recaps more interesting. I'd love to edit them. It's hard to edit and film and do everything, but you know, one of these days, as I get more time, I'd love to start editing them. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know how I can make these better, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.